Okay, so the other day, my son and I decided to make good old-fashioned fudge. And what I found was, after stirring for a half an hour, is that necessary? So I went on the radio and asked listeners about an easier way to make fudge, and will it be good? So we're going to totally experiment here. I'm going to go by the recipe kinda, because I never do things the way they say. But we're going to try this chocolate fudge. Actually, we're going to do a classic white. I've got Ghirardelli white chips, 1 bag of that, and some Heath toffee and chocolate bits. And hopefully those are going to blend and make a really nice fudge. We'll see. So according to everyone, here's the recipe. Let's see if you can see that up close. Basically, 3 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1 can of fat-free sweetened condensed milk, a dash of salt, and 1½ teaspoons of vanilla extract. Supposedly, we're going to put this into the microwave, melt it, and put a little vanilla in at the end, pour it in a pan, and we're going to have perfect fudge, but we'll see about that. So here we go. I've got all of my ingredients. There's my glass pan. Let's go over here and grab. These are the Heath toffee bits and the white chocolate. This could be a total disaster. We'll find out, but we're going to pour those into the bowl, kind of mix them up there just with my hand, because that's how I roll. My hands are clean. So this will be a white chocolate toffee fudge, and we'll see if it turns out. I mean, it may be a total disaster. If it is, it cost me $3 to figure it out. So according to the recipe, I pour this can of the sweetened condensed milk in. I think it just kind of rolls in like that. I'm going to give it a stir and put it in the microwave for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. We'll kind of stir and see how it goes. And then we'll come back and put it in a pan and see what happens. This is my attempt at my very own white milk chocolate toffee fudge. We'll see if it's good. If it is, this could be a hit. You never know. Alright, so my mixture is now in the microwave. I'm just going to put it in there and roll. I've set the microwave for 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We're going to let that go for the 2 minutes and come back, stir it up, and see if it's a good consistency. Meanwhile, I'm going to grab my vanilla extract and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so here's how the mixture looks. It's been in the microwave 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It doesn't appear to be totally melted, so I'm going to stir and put in for another maybe 2 more minutes and see if we can get it to a nice creamy consistency. Okay, so we put it in another minute, so about a total of 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and I think it's all melted. It is a little bit lumpy because there are pieces of toffee in there, which should be delicious in the fudge, I'm hoping. It kind of has a caramel look to it, and we're going to go ahead and move this over to my workstation over here. The only other thing it said to do on this was to add our vanilla, so got a nice bottle of vanilla. They said to put a teaspoon and a half, so had to take the lid off. Alright, let's do a teaspoon and a half of vanilla. I wish someone was here to hold the camera for me, but they're not. But I'm going to go ahead and add that vanilla real quick. Alright, so the vanilla's added. Next time I do a video, I need my husband here to help out. So I'm going to just get this incorporated, and the only other tip I had was to put some wax paper down in the pan. That way, when it's done setting up, you can pull out the wax paper and cut it into nice little squares to share or to eat. So we'll see how it turns out. I'll have to come back in a couple of hours. We're going to pour it in this pan, put it in the fridge, and then take it out and get it to room temperature, and we'll let you know how it turned out. Alright, so here we are. We're doing chocolate fudge the no frills way, and it's supposed to be really good, and you don't have to stir for a half an hour. Now, I was surprised by this recipe because I made fudge the other night that called for butter and sugar and a lot of stirring and a candy thermometer, and it was just a hassle. But I love fudge, so I'm on a mission to make this fudge. Now, according to this recipe, 3 cups of semi-sweet morsels. I purchased Ghirardelli. I like that brand. 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, so that's what's in there. Apparently all we do is pour these chips into this bowl, just like so. We're going to throw this in the microwave for about 3.5 minutes. Let that all melt down together, mix it up. Then we're going to pour it into our 8x8 pan. These little, I bought these at the dollar store so that we can throw away. Also line it with wax paper, that way you can lift your completed fudge out and cut it into nice squares. So there we are. We're going to try this no frills way of making fudge. I'm going to head over to my microwave now and pop that in. And we'll be back in a minute to see how it melts. Okay, there it is, all spread out in the pan. It has a nice texture and it's spread nice and evenly, a lot better than the last fudge I made. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the fridge and let it chill out for, I don't know, a couple of hours. And we'll do a taste test tomorrow with Big Jim and see how it is. Okay, here's the completed fudge from our no frills, easy to make, not going to screw it up fudge. So here's the plain fudge, no nuts, yummy. Here's the fudge with the nuts. It looks pretty good. And then here's the fudge that I invented. It's white chocolate with Heath toffee and milk chocolate. So we were trying to come up with a unique name for that. And now I'm going to see if I can get the guys to test this fudge out and we'll see what they think. Okay, so John, our engineer.
That's like 3, John. That's 3.
He's eating it still, so he must like it. Okay, John,
awesome.
what did you think of my Heath bar fudge that I just invented on the fly? He liked that? Jim doesn't like fudge, but how was it?
It was great.
He look at him. Are you going to throw up yet?
No. In about 5 minutes.
All right, so look for this, and thank you for watching my little video blog. I'll also have the recipe included.